Hello, this is Jim again, and I'm going to go over the self-leadership book review and forum assignment. But I wanted to show you a couple tools that you can use to do your issue debate presentation. I'm using Prezi at Prezi.com, and then I'm doing a screen capturing with Screenomatic.com. The reason why I'm using Screenomatic is because Prezi does not allow you to import any kind of audio other than on video. So I guess you could do the presentation on a video and put it up in YouTube, but it seems kind of redundant. So both Prezi, I believe Prezi is free. I'm not paying anything for what I'm doing here, and I'm not paying anything for the Screenomatic. The thing with the Screenomatic is that you're limited to 15-minute screen capturing recordings. There is a pro version of Screenomatic. It's $12 a year, where you have no limitations on length and all those type of things, and allows you to do more editing if you make mistakes like I've been doing on this presentation. That's one thing about doing these type of presentations. When I do all the announcements in class and those type of things, I probably have to record it quite a few times before I get it, and most of the times I'm still making mistakes within them because I get frustrated with just repeating myself over and over and over again. So that's just part of doing these types of things. So we have to have some grace with one another on some of these things. That's why I said in the issue debate presentation, where I go over the assignment, that you should have a script in front of you so you know what you're saying. You might want to practice what you're going to say, because I just don't want you to read that particular assignment. All right, let's continue on with the self-leadership book review and forum assignment. With Prezi, to move around in Prezi, you click these arrows down here. I'm not too sure why you can't just use your return button or your mouse, but that's just the way it is. So, you have accepted an invitation to write a book review for the renowned Journal of Exceptional Kinesiology Practitioners, JEKS, for the self-leadership and the 1-minute manager text. Now, there really isn't a Journal of Exceptional Kinesiology Practitioners. I just made it up. I just took it out of our mission statement and some of our program desired student learning outcomes. So, I'm assuming that nobody has written, or very few of you have written, a peer-reviewed journal article book review. So I've provided you some helps. I have 3 different helps here. We have Writing with Writers here at this URL address, then Literacy Education Online Writing Book Reviews at this URL address, and Belcher Writing the Academic Book Review by Wendy Belcher. Okay, the first 2 of these URL addresses, these web pages, I have contained in the external links page, which is found on the Moodle when you log into Kinesiology 777A in your very first block there in the class. I believe it's right below the course documents folder. I have a whole bunch of links there. I have links for like Prezi, Screenomatic, or any other external links beyond Moodle that'll be helpful for you for this class. This Belcher document is located in the course documents. It's a PDF file. So these things will be helpful for you to write your book review. For the class, the assignments that you need to do, I know in the video that you can't see on the Prezi thing I have up here, where I'm sure you can't see it. It says requirements. I think the screen capturing cut that out. So the very first thing you're going to do is you're going to, at the very top of your paper, not on the title page, put an APA reference of the text. Now, what I'm talking about here is on your reference page, that format. Just look at the syllabus, how I reference the textbook, and just put it there at the very top of your paper. It's 2 points, easy 2 points. So after you do that, just start writing your paper. So you're going to have one paragraph identifying the thesis of the book. The thesis, what's the main point of the book? That's what a thesis is. It's the main point of whatever we're talking about. Did the authors achieve the stated purpose of the book? Did they meet the thesis? If so, why? If not, why not? Okay, that's 5 points. Should just be one paragraph. Then you're going to have one or two paragraphs summarizing the strengths, or excuse me, summarizing the book in itself. What's the main points of the book? Then after that, you have one paragraph on the book's strengths. What did you think was good about the book and why? What made this a good book? Then maybe you didn't like the book. Maybe you thought it was stupid. Write one paragraph on the book's weaknesses. Why isn't it very good? How can it be better, and those type of things. Now, the most important part of this whole assignment is this part right here, the 4 to 6 paragraphs discussing the implications of this book, that this book could have at your work site and or at your profession. What did the findings, meaning, and conclusions mean to you? How can you apply this information? I want all this stuff to, I think it's a very good textbook, so how can you apply this at your workplace? Now, for areas 2, 3, 4, and 5, I have in this asterisk here, I want you to write in a third person. When you get into the personal application of this material, I want you to write in the first person. Okay, this is the most important part here, is this last portion of this assignment. Then you're gonna also respond in the forum about this. It's probably going to be something that you've already written, so you don't have to do too much work, but each student must have a significant response, at least one page, to the question that I have posted, and that's worth 30 points. And then I want you to respond to 4 additional students' responses. So you read what they said, and then you're going to respond back to them. That's 5 points per post, and I expect that the responses should be a minimum of a paragraph back to each student. And I have a threaded discussion of scoring rubrics in the syllabus that you can see how I do the points. Now, I believe in that rubric I have it as 10 points because that's for other assignments. So it would be 5 points equals 10 points. 4 points equals 8 points. So it's the concept of what each one of these are worth. Basically, in order to get all your points, you need to have a thorough response back to the student and not be late. If you're citing references, you should cite them within the form because it's still the academic area. I want more than, I really like what you wrote. That's not enough to for a graduate course. You need to have critical thinking, think thoughtful thoughts when you're responding to your fellow students. Now, I just want to show you some other things that you can do in Prezi, so you can put videos.
And that was a disgraceful performance, in my opinion. We threw that game. We gave it away by doing that. We gave them the friggin' game. In my opinion, that sucked. What's that? Playoffs? What talk about playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
I'm sorry, that's one of my favorite quotes. I say it too often. Playoffs. You can, and over here, and these are like paths, and I could have done more with this, but you can do a lot more stuff. You can enter a whole bunch of things. You can move items around. You can move the way the text looks. You can zoom in, zoom out, and those type of things. So I didn't really do as much with Prezi as you can possibly do. You can also put in pictures. The reason why I have this picture is if you have any questions about this assignment, or as with any other assignment in our class, first start with the Q&A forum, because more than likely, if you have a question, other students in the program have a question. So I'd like you to use the Q&A forum. If that still is not helping, feel free to give me a call, send me an email, so I can help you, because I want to make sure that you're clear on what we're doing. But I just, again, start with the Q&A forum because I just know that students have similar questions about what we're trying to do in this class. Thanks for your attention for this presentation. Again, I used Screenomatic Screenomatic and Prezi.com. These are just two different tools that you can use for your issue debate presentation. I'm trying to try some new things for this class, and I appreciate your attention to listening to me.